What's up, Clapper Gang? Or should I say, Booty Clappers? Nah, I really need to come up with a better intro for the Clapper Gang or the Booty Clapper Gang, or even a better nickname for y'all. But anyway, what up, everybody? Hope y'all having a good week or start to your week. If you're watching this, it is going to be a great week if it's not already. All right. I just basically wanted to make this quick video on the backstory of the Jenny Coupe here, aka the Booty Clapper, and why I'm going to be calling it the Booty Clapper from here on out. So to begin with, I got this car from a little rink-a-dink mom and pop shop. It had a salvage title. I was already well aware of it. It actually wasn't even the first car I was looking at. It wasn't even on the website. I just happened to see it when I was leaving the dealership after checking out the cars I already looked at. And it already had some rims on it, not these ones, but some other crappy rims. And it was already lowered on some shitty coilovers. So went ahead and just got it. You know, if you're like me, I don't really care about the salvage title stuff. It's a project car in my eyes, and I've always wanted this Genesis Coupe, like for 10 plus years. Ever since I seen this car come out, I wanted it. I had the 2.0 turbo version, a baby blue, and then I also had the 3.8 base model that was like a pearl white. Um, Both amazing cars. I personally only had the 2.0 for about 7 months. New to driving manual. I left the damn e-brake down and it rolled down to a hill into a tree, and luckily didn't hit anything, didn't hit nobody but this damn tree. So I ended up totaling that out. The base model one, the 3.8, I had for about a week, and then they wanted a co-signer at the dealership. I'm very, very against that. So I was like, you know what? Here, take this back. Because at the time, I was driving two cars. I had another daily driver, which was my Hyundai Tiburon, all black on black with two 12-inch subs in it and Alpine speakers. Long story short, it was pretty nice sound system in there. So sold that, got this, and right off the bat, had issues with it. So to start, the AC went out. It was wintertime. Really wasn't tripping about that just because summer was a couple months away. I was going to get it fixed. So that was the first domino effect. Shortly after that, the car would not drive over 50 miles per hour, like within the week of me having it. Come to find out, the previous owner had drilled out the catalytic converters. So the honeycombs that were in there completely drilled out, just a gaping hole, man. I shit you not. And this thing sounded so freaking loud. I thought it was just the exhaust, but when I found out the cats were drilled out, um, that explained it all. So I went ahead and had to get two new catalytic converters. Originally, I was going to order NGM headers from a shop. They were on back order for like 3 weeks, so they say. Had to get my money back from them because I had already put like a deposit up for them. And I just never got them within the 3 weeks. And I kind of needed to drive the car a little bit as I was working a second job at the time. But disregard that. After that, I got the catalytic converters because the headers took forever. Of course, those catalytic converters cost me about $2,500 a pop, maybe give or take 100 or two. So total, I ended up spending like 5 racks for two OEM catalytic converters. Reason why is because when I was gonna get the headers, I just didn't want to deal with the fact of me having to find somebody to help me pass smog or to swap the catalytic converters and the NGM headers every other year to pass smog. And could have been easy work. I just didn't want to deal with it. So instead of doing all that, I bypassed that and I just got the OEM headers. So that would be the second domino, or the third. Continuing on, I had two flex pipe exhaust leaks and then a crack in the exhaust. So that cost me a chunk to fix that. After exhaust leaks, I found out that the rims were actually cracked on the inside of the rim. And whoever was driving this before, or maybe the dealership did it, but it looks like they re-welded or added JB weld to the crack on the inside of the rim. So it lasted a day or two, and then it went flat, and then I'd have to pump it up, and then it would flatten again within the next day or two. So that cost me 2 racks for new rims, which I already knew I was going to get new rims anyway, because again, like I said, the previous ones, they were decent. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. They were decent, but I just didn't like the style they were at, so I ended up opting for some Vertini wheels. Not originally my first pick. I was gonna get powder coat white rims, but again, the car red is one of my favorite colors, but for some reason, not on a car. As many comments as I get on this car being nice and it looks nice, people love it. I like it, but I want it to be a different color. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that because that's going to be a big reveal in the next couple months, along with hopefully this new set of rims. But yeah, moving on from the cracked rims and the flex pipe, ended up having some electrical issues, which nobody wants for a car. Because if you're like me and you're just kind of getting into actually building your own first car, it's a little technical, you know, and you got to outsource and see, you know, some mechanics for some shit. So ended up finding out that the car had the completely wrong size battery for some reason. A couple of the wires were janky, and then the battery was actually arcing. One of the negative terminal was arcing on my sway bar on the top. So I guess that was causing my electrical issues, which makes sense. And then got that fixed. Shortly after that, can you guys guess what happened next? The damn clutch wants to go out. So I started having this issue with the clutch. I guess you could say slipping, which is really janky. And then when I'm, you know, cruising fifth, sixth gear, you could definitely see my clutch just wow, 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 just swaying back and forth, which was uncomfortable to me because I don't want to keep damaging the car by driving it. So took it in, ended up having to get new clutch plate, flywheel, or whatever you want to call it. Got that fixed. Car ran fine for about 3-4 months until I decided to go out to the bar in Temecula. If you guys are familiar with Temecula, and leaving the bar, I saw this nice Corvette, and you know, I was like, man, this thing's driving nice now. Let me go ahead and do a pull. Tried to fucking rip it off first gear. And if you know about these Jennies, apparently they suck going from first to second gear on a stock clutch. So when I went from first to second, trying to, I guess, do it abruptly fast, it got stuck. It didn't go into second. RPMs revved up. Engine light came on. And that was within the last couple months. So now the new issue is I need to get a new clutch kit because apparently when they did the clutch, they didn't replace, I guess, the bushings and bearings and all the little tiny parts that are attached to the clutch or whatever. They didn't replace all that. So I think that's why even after I had the new clutch put in, it's still loose. So if you see me on the street and you try to race me or whatever the case may be, just know my car has lost a significant amount of power because of this check engine light and this loose ass clutch. Okay, it's embarrassing, and that's why sometimes I don't like to do pulls on people. Not only that, but this car isn't fast off the line. I mean, it can be. It's got some pull, but it's a top end car. If you didn't know that, so if you catch me 40, 50 roll, I'm so down for that when I get all these issues fixed. But regarding all that, it sucks when I try to get, you know, dipped on by a Nissan Altima these days. And I'm like, bro, if only you knew that I'm souped up, you know? We'll go over what I have on it right now. But that's just basically the beginning of it, okay? From the wheels to the clutch to the damn sensors to the damn exhaust to the damn tail lights, you know, which I didn't mention, but that's just minor stuff. I got all that fixed, but now it's running kind of how it's supposed to with the issues of, you know, the clutch and the sensor going off. So once I get those fixed, then you can catch me doing a lot more, I guess you could say, you know, I don't want to say drag racing, but some pulls, you know, some more talking shift videos along with some cutting up traffic videos, you know. I've made a couple of those already, but again, it's not running at full power. So when you see me cutting up, it's more engine sound than it is actual power and torque coming off my wheels. So once I get all that fixed, we'll go ahead and dive into more of that, more of those videos and stuff. But moving on to, oh, they just opened up the garage, to what we have on it so far. So far, we have it lowered on Megan Racing wheels, or sorry, not Megan Racing wheels, Megan Racing coilovers. We have the Vertini 20-inch by 20 by 10.5 in the back and 20 by 9.5 in the front, if I remember correctly. So I am staggered. But yeah, the Vertini rims. the Megan racing coilovers, as well as an engine cold air intake. I think my filter is like a 5-inch or 4-inch, as well as it's having a Rush race exhaust. Don't know if you're familiar with those. That was already on the car. I just repaired whatever was wrong with those. Definitely going to upgrade and get a whole new exhaust system eventually. I've heard broiler's good. I technically have seen YZ or ZY racing exhaust. I forget what the name is, or Z1, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to look that up. My boy's got one of those exhausts on an Infinity. Dude spitting 5 feet flames, man. So nice. I'm gonna have to get a video of us cruising together as well one day. So if you're watching this, my boy Caesar, I'm gonna shout you out. We're gonna have to go on that cruise because I don't know how many times we tried to do it and we just never do it. So we're gonna finally have to do this. But other than that, nothing else is really done to it other than a tune. I think I have like it's an Apex 3 tune, if I remember correctly. I'll have to get the name of it again, but it's an Apex something, Apex tune. So I went from hello. It's so funny when people watch you recording yourself. But I got an Apex 3 tune on it. We'll just go with that name. And that bumped me up to about, I think I'm at like 330 horsepower right now. So if you think about it, we're 30% there to the road to 400. I mean, I got a couple more things I want to add. Definitely going to do a dyno tune because that Apex tune I have is just a street tune. So we're going to do a dyno tune to get more accurate numbers and to kind of really dial everything in once I get the added parts and stuff. So stay tuned for all that. Hope this wasn't a long video. That's pretty much the gist of it. I just wanted to go over what when I got it, what was wrong with it, what I've done to it so far. So far, we are a pretty penny deep into this car, and I love it, man. Even though it still pisses me off because it doesn't drive as I want it to, it's still my baby. It's still the booty clapper. And stay tuned. I'm just gonna have to do another little short video on why I'm calling it the booty clapper. You guys might already have an idea of why I call it the booty clapper, but I'm definitely gonna get a banner made for that tune. So that's gonna be another short video soon. So stay tuned. I just wanted to share all this information with you guys and learn. Hopefully I can learn too, because that's definitely something we need to do is learn. Um, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, or maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. If you have any comments, don't hesitate to comment, man. I love the feedback. I'll read out all your guys' comments. So hit that like button, whatever you're streaming on, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because we are on the road to 400. And then I have another goal after that, but can't share too much because, I got to have you guys along for the ride. But yeah, you guys have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good weekend next week. If you haven't seen me since then, or if you won't see me until then, yeah, we about to move on, man. Booty Clapper's out, and it's cold, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up, and we're gonna go inside. Love y'all. Y'all have a good week.